Yes. Hello, guys. Welcome to this week's Market Outlook. You're here with your host, Pastor Pips. Guys, don't forget to always check out www.litcapital.co.uk. Follow our live trades for free. Come to our website, make an inquiry, send us an email. Someone will get back to you. Don't you worry about that. As we always do, every single week in, week out, we head straight over to the economic calendar. Let's have a look. So we have nothing for today. Today is Monday, the 7th of August. There are no high impact news on this current economic calendar I'm using. Moving on, Tuesday, we have harmonized index consumer prices for the euro. Wednesday, we've got CPI for China, followed by NZD's inflation expectation. Thursday, we've got CPI for the dollar, which is going to be quite big, followed by a consumer price index as well for food and energy. Friday, we've got GDP for the pound, price PPI this time for the dollar, with Michigan consumer sentiment for the dollar on Friday. So it definitely looks like things will hot up more towards the latter stages of the week. So looking from Wednesday onwards, being Thursday being the main focus, especially with that CPI data coming out. So it would definitely be interesting. CPI as of lately has been kind of like a NFP release in terms of the type of reactions that we see happen in the market. So other than that, let's move straight over to the charts. So I'm going to start off with the dollar, guys. So far so good in terms of the moves that we had last week, expecting price to push up higher into this 4-hour area. Now, initially, we did get a small reaction to the downside, as you can see there, but the daily area was the much more favorable target in terms of price wanting to fill at least some of this imbalance. So we've pushed up into the imbalance area. And guys, if you want to know what imbalance is, we do have an imbalance video on this channel for free, so you guys can go watch that. We have pushed up into the daily imbalance and we rejected. So far, so good. I do want to see if price can actually continue to fall down lower, and we can potentially target these equal lows down here as a much longer term target. I'm not saying that it's going to happen straight away. However, I do want to see if price can attack some of these lows. The liquidity sitting beneath the lows. So if we head over to the 4-hour, I am starting to like the picture that we are seeing on the 4-hour, especially with this high low. Go high, low, go high. We're getting price showing us signs that it does want to come back down lower. Now, in terms of the short term, if I do come down to the half hour, I want to see if we can break this half-hour low to then get a pullback to then definitely target these lows sitting down here. So, if I don't see price at least break the half-hour structure, price may not be ready for the longs on the majors just yet. So, other than that, let's move straight over to Euro USD. So looking at Euro USD is pretty much the flipped picture of the dollar, in the sense that instead of price pushing up, we've seen price push down into this daily area. We took out the equal lows that was left behind. We pushed down, now anticipating whether we can actually see prices come up higher. My first instinct is to target the highs, of course, being these ones up here. These would be the immediate target for Euro USD in terms of the push up. I do want to see if price does hold this 4-hour candle. It will actually be quite interesting to see how price is going to hold that candle. Nonetheless, we do have some more liquidity sitting above this high. So this can definitely be a much longer term target. And we'll see if potentially we can actually take out the weekly swing high. So we'll have to see how things play out and take our time as they come. Last week we did have NFP. We had a lot of high impact news. We also had the end of the previous month and the start of the new month. So we do need to judge where price is likely to expand to in terms of the monthly candle and of course the weekly candle. Are we in the process of making a weekly low potentially to make a weekly high? Maybe, but we'll of course have to see towards the latter stages of the week, as I mentioned before, looking more towards Wednesday onwards. Coming over to the pound dollar, aka cable, the reaction has been good so far in terms of us getting this push up. Now, in terms of the dollar, the move isn't the clearest, in the sense that Yes, we have gotten a push up so far, but it does look like we can actually come back down a lot lower. Now, the only thing that's actually keeping me optimistic in terms of higher time frame levels is the fact that we didn't actually push up into this monthly candle here, right? We didn't push up into this monthly candle or reach this monthly imbalance. So price may want to potentially reach for that moving forward. But of course, this is all dependent on exactly what the DXY, aka the dollar index, is doing. So we'll just have to, of course, process that as time goes. So at the moment, we are seeing quite a nice reaction. We are currently inside this trade, especially inside of our Discords. The community are currently in this trade, and so am I. Trying to see if price can, of course, push up and target these highs here would be the first target. This high here will be the second target. This high here will be the third target. And of course, we do have an Asian range right here. So then this high will also be our next target after that. So we'll see how high price wants to expand. I'm still bearing in mind that we do have up here this daily imbalance. Okay, so price can definitely just wake back up into that area and drop once again. So if you look at this daily price action here, we pushed up into the imbalance and then we dropped again. So yeah, that can definitely potentially be the play. So at least for the short term period, I would like to see these three areas get wiped. Okay, these three areas look like the most high probable areas to get wiped for the time being. So let's just see how that plays out. Moving on to gold, we had a very nice move on gold in terms of price pushing up to this weekly imbalance. We took out the liquidity sitting above, and you know, for about 3 weeks so far, we have been coming down. Now, if I head back down to the daily perspective, price action is bearish on the daily, but realistically, I don't want to see price take out this low here. Okay, I really don't want to see price push beneath this low here. I do still see gold pushing up higher. However, the price action at the moment is telling us otherwise. I am looking inside of this 4-hour candle area. Okay, I want to see if price can in fact take out the low. Okay, in terms of this low here. Okay, I want to see if price may want to take out the liquidity sitting beneath this low before we actually start to push up higher. If we do push up higher, of course, the opposite will be the highs as an immediate target. So in terms of a setup at the moment, there isn't anything that's standing out, screaming at me in terms of gold, but we'll have to, of course, pay attention and see what price wants to give us when we do get into certain areas. One area that I would say for you to look out for is inside of this 1-hour imbalance area. See how price wants to react inside of here. Maybe we do want to push up and then we come back down again. But in terms of gold, the picture is not the clearest at the moment. So we just need to wait, allow that picture to formulate and accumulate before we decide to, of course, take part. Now, if we come over to the S&P, the E-mini S&P, we've rolled quite high up. Last week was looking for some sells on the 1-hour time frame. Okay, this candle here. We can see that price actually did push quite high, quite deep into the candle, but we started to break down. Okay, we got a pullback here, right inside this area here on the hourly, right there to then get the short moving down lower. Now, so far, because it's quite early on in the week, I actually do want to see this head up a little bit higher. Okay, if we can head up higher, back into that 1-hour area, or even initially the previous hour area that price reacted out of, I'll be interested in taking another sell. The price action is quite bearish at the moment, especially when we look at the 4-hour picture. Okay, going from the low to the high. Okay, we have broke beneath this low here. So price action on the 4-hour is currently still bearish. At the moment, we are sitting inside of a daily imbalance. However, price can, of course, push down a lot deeper when we do look at things from the weekly perspective. Okay, so the weekly perspective, we do have a weekly candle here. I do want to see how price is going to interact once we either tap the head of this candle or the open of this candle. If not the open, then we'll look at around 50% of this candle and see how price trades inside of there. It will be interesting to see whether price wants to continue higher. I do want to see stocks and indexes come down lower due to the fact that we've been riding high for quite some time. You know, we're not really in the climate for stocks to be climbing higher. So there's definitely been a lot of manipulation. Now that we've reached the extremes of price, I do want to see if we can start to pull back. We've been bullish for quite some time. So yeah, let's see how that happens. So guys, other than that, this has been your boy Pastor Pips. Remember the theory behind the practice. And with that being said, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. You know the vibes. Let's side. And remember, every day is money day. Peace.